Okay, so we are here with Ann. And so, Ann, please tell us, how did you find out about our office?
That's an interesting story, and it actually was several years ago when you were at the other facility on Hamden. And my friends and I used to go to the Harvest Fest and the various Heaven Fest, the various things that the Christian organizations would put on with music. And I went every year. And this one particular last year, I was unable to go because I was in so much pain. I actually walked from my husband's truck to the bank to get the little money that you had to pay at the gate and walked back. And he said, "You'll never make it. You'll never be able to go across the field." And I said, "You're right." And that year I didn't go, and I cried. And my friends went, and one of them came back with information from this office because you guys were there in one of the booths giving free adjustments and information. And she took the free adjustment, but then brought the information to me. So when I came to the facility, I was I think given a first treatment or something, I can't remember, but I was absolutely hooked. I knew that this might make the difference because I've had chiropractics intermittently in the past, but to know that you could come somewhere all the time, and it was just part of the entire process, not just when you feel bad, when you feel crummy. Mm-hmm. So it was a new concept for me that I just absolutely knew could solve my problems, and it did. Within 2 weeks of coming for adjustments, I had been on Prilosec for 20 years.
Oh my.
I had horrendous GERD or whatever junk that they call it now. Could not get rid of indigestion in 2 weeks. He said, "Go off the medicine." I said, "I can't, I'll throw up. I'll start throwing up all the time," because I would. If I even missed a day, I would start throwing up because I was so addicted to that junk. And I trusted him and went off it, and in 2 weeks, I no longer had.
Oh, that's so awesome.
No longer had chronic indigestion. I have it occasionally, and then when I do, he knows exactly where to adjust, and it's gone. Yay. I can walk in going, I'm kind of, and I've had that maybe 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years, where I walked in and said, something's not right, and he can get it right then. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge thing. I also was having palpitations in my heart. That was part of my fears and stuff that day at the event, that I couldn't be out in the heat and my heart would be racing. And so that was one thing that it took longer, but it went away in a few years, that adjusting. And then I don't know, I also had some women pain down here somewhere, and all that stuff, went away over the time of adjusting. So I continued always to come for the adjusting. Well, then the concept of the program where you align your life to the various things like diet. And I've done that intermittently over the years, but never consistently. Like I'd do it for a few months, or I've really done parts of it for a long time, and then I've always done supplements related to what I was doing even before you guys were introducing those. But health-wise, my body was such a mess, and then over time that really was healed through this process. And that anytime I knew that, and I've been in like 2 accidents and had to come in and have areas worked on that he has brought back to life, like neck and back stuff that I'd been injured a long time ago, so then re-injury was easy. But to come here, and I didn't go anywhere else. I never saw other doctors, never went on to meds to help the pain, just always came to Dr. Kevin. And so anyway, I've never really lost the weight. So all this time I've done intermittent parts of this program and just never really lost the weight. I was just stuck all the time. And this last year, about last April, which would have been 2014, my son was going to get married in July. And I looked in the mirror and it couldn't even fit the little top that I thought, oh, wear that. And I couldn't even really get it on, let alone wear it and show myself in public. So I turned to the diet from this program completely. And I just stayed on it to July, and I began a little exercise program, which I never exercised. That was one of the things I never did, never could do that part. Just not even enough strength, and not enough, no determination at all, but not enough strength. And then I've had knee damage from an accident a couple of years ago, so that's always been preventative too. No, prevented me from doing very good exercise. So anyway, from April till July last year, I lost 20 pounds, and I lost like a size, and I was able to wear the little outfit that I wanted to for the wedding.
Good.
And it was from going really strictly on this. And so then that was very inspirational, and people went, oh, and I went, oh, it's so nice to hear compliments, and yeah, it was noticeable. So I have stayed on it, not like the very first level that's
The advanced plan.
Yeah, advanced plan that's so restrictive, and that's really what I did to get down for the wedding. But I've done pretty close to that.
Yeah.
I absolutely have no breads and no rices and no pastas. A little bit of pastas. We go to a restaurant that I have half of a lasagna every once in a while. But really, I just don't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
And then I had also gotten diabetes 2 years ago, and I feel like I tried medicine, and then I tried being off medicine, and I tried medicine, and so I've actually been off the medicine probably for a year also, and trying to just do it by diet. And it's sometimes my stuff spikes, but basically I'm really not on medicine and trying to do it by just foods alone, and doing fine, really, actually doing fine. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. So what would you tell other people about corrective care here in our office?
I think it's excellent. The thing that drew me to Dr. Kevin was not only the whole program, and actually the whole program wasn't there, the adjustments and the healing was my initial draw, but what I knew was immediately that he knew what he was doing. Like, he could get to areas in my back that have hurt for 20 years, and then I've had intermittent, I can go to the chiropractor and pay the money, and I can do it one time, and they wouldn't even get to the points, He can get in my back and in my neck in places that other people can't adjust well, and he's always been able to. So I've always been consistent in wanting to be adjusted all the time, because it just makes you feel so much healthier, whether you're getting, you're kind of like on a road, and you just make incremental improvement, and then like one day it's like, whoa, I have come so far. I'm not the person I was. And I've even thought to myself, I wonder if I'd be alive, which is an extreme. I'm 55, but I felt so miserable that I couldn't even walk across a field. So I've come a long, long way. And then this has come off, I think, because all the other healing has taken place. All the focus was on healing, and finally I kind of reached that pinnacle, then became more devoted to the, I really have very little sugar. I do have some, but I have I'm very limited, and then kind of I think I'll have sugar. But I don't live on sugar like I did. And I think that's the huge difference, too, that your body doesn't crave it all the time, and you're not just snacking little junky junk all the time. And I give M&Ms and little things as a teacher all day long, and I rarely even take one. I would have taken handfuls, and I would have bought lots more M&Ms over the time. And I just, there's not even a desire. My body doesn't crave that. Craves other things like Starbucks or Caribou. But I used to drink those like weekly. And some people drink them daily, but I would drink them weekly, and I haven't done that since, about 4 years.
Well, congratulations. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So how much weight have you lost?
From 13 months, which is April last year, I have lost between 45 and 48 pounds.
Yay, let's get a look. Give us a spin.
From a 22, 24 to a 16.
Congratulations, Anne. So awesome.
I'm grateful for the program and for Dr. Kevin. Thank you.
Good, yeah.